Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How's it going?
Happy
I'm
Tuesday.
laughing because I put out that message like technical difficulties, right?
Yep.
The technical difficulties were operator error. That's all I'm saying right
Yeah.
now.
Yep. We're up and running though, so that's good.
Oh man, Jar, how's it going, brother?
It's going. It's going. I was just on my seeker phone to see if anything changed, and nothing changed. So, uh, whatever. I'm just gonna keep that aside. So how's everything going with you?
Oh my God. Well, it was going relatively smooth-ish
Yep.
until I just tried to go live with you. But other than
There's always
I,
something when you go
I
live.
think it's a sign. I think it's a sign I need to like just end for the day here at this.
We got a few things to talk about. We'll cut it off early if it's going
Oh
down the
man,
drain. We'll see how it
I'll
goes.
tell you. I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody and their patience. I'm sure everybody's just kind of like, "What the hell is going on?" We appreciate you, man. Should we say hi to everybody? What do you
Let's
think,
do it.
Jar?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know what? Let's get the comments going up here. And Chris Klein was the first guy here acknowledging my thing, saying, "Hey, and no problem." He was going to take care of putting out the info, like smash the likes. Appreciate you, Chris.
That always helps. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, appreciate it. And of course, we got automatic beats, and
Beats.
there you go. That's his latest thing. There you go.
He's on Zeke. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, hey, listen, the price always seems to change though. It's gone from like 10,000 to 25 K. So I mean, I don't care. I like it. Go
It's
ahead.
up. He's just trying to say it's going up. So we're good.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So we got a few things to talk about today. I mean, I guess the big news of the day is Vanguard, right? I mean, they bent
Massive.
the knee. That's the way I'm looking at it. It was time for
Okay,
them to.
so yeah, why would you say they bent the knee?
Well, because don't you remember when all the Bitcoin ETFs came out? It was we'll never let people be able to put that in their funds in Vanguard, blah, 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 blah. Well, that CEO is gone. And the
Yes.
new CEO eventually decided that maybe we should just do this. So
Yeah,
here we are.
typically when they're putting out all the FUD like that, they're usually picking up and buying during the whole process. So it wouldn't be surprised me if they're loading up their bags in the process of spreading all that FUD.
Yeah, well, facts. And Chris, appreciate you sharing this out on X. Thank you very much. But let's bring up that article and try and give it a go through here. Basically, again, opening up their platform to these crypto ETFs, as it says here in the title, ending years of resistance, because they have resistance is futile, to quote Star Trek. There we go. So let's take a quick read through this here. Vanguard, the world's second largest asset manager, is opening its brokerage platform to crypto-focused ETFs and mutual funds, a sharp break from years of resistance that could pull a new wave of mainstream money toward Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other assets. Starting Tuesday, which is today, the firm let clients trade third-party funds and primarily hold cryptos such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. And this was obviously all over X and that kind of thing. And now I just want to bring this up real quick, and then we can kind of hash it out a little bit.
Yep.
If I can get my right here. Bitcoin ETF volume on Vanguard just hit, what is that? $1 million, right? Or is that trillion?
That's a billion.
Billion? $1 billion within the first 30 minutes.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money in 30 minutes. $1 billion.
That's insane. So that's what I got. I don't know, Jar. What do you think? I mean, I don't know. I expected that eventually they would, as I said, I put in our title, bend the knee. But I don't know. What's your take on this whole sitch?
Yeah. So I completely agree that they would eventually have to bend the knee and fulfill their destiny to offer crypto. And this is like it. So, like you had mentioned, they're massive. They're not a small company. They have over $11 trillion in assets. They have a huge. I have ETFs with them. I know a lot of people have ETFs through them, and I'm in Canada, so they have exposure globally. Was
Yes.
trying to get at over there. And this, by offering the ETFs, reduce the barrier to entry. It also gives anybody that's in traditional finance that doesn't really know much about crypto some exposure to it, and it injects a ton of liquidity into each one of these assets. So
As we just saw. Yeah.
news. Yeah, all big news around the board. So I think this is obviously very positive for crypto in general, especially for a big name like Vanguard to turn around and start offering these products.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, they're basically the last of the Mohicans, as the saying goes, with regard to this, as far as I know, anyway. Okay, major players.
last of the major players. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. So yeah, great all around, in my opinion.
Yep. Do you think they're going to add in the new ETFs as they come online? What do you think?
Because they had said they're starting off with these, right? So there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana. So it's like in the top 5, basically, the cryptos. The top 20, I wouldn't be surprised if they start adding a few other ones. Maybe a privacy coin. I'm not too sure which one, but they might be adding something like that into the list. Having a portfolio of about a dozen, I think, would be reasonable.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. I was gonna go to the Fed article next, but
Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe we go to this one instead,
sure.
because it hold on, I'm sorry, getting my, and boom, there it is. Bank of America. Now, another big player here in the United States, right? I think they have some places outside of the US as well. But basically, they're wealth advisors. So these people that are counseling people on where they should put their money, the traditional 60-40 portfolio, which is dead, by the way. Anyway, they're greenlighting them to tell people to put up to 4% into Bitcoin.
That's huge. That's massive. So before, they weren't going to advise anything about crypto whatsoever.
Yes.
So all of a sudden changing that and now having a 4% allocation is huge. 4%, depending on what your portfolio is still quite a bit of money, especially for the regular Joe, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't matter what 4% is. 4% is 4%, right? And,
exactly.
to have it, I mean, again, from where we are, Jar, I mean, obviously it's self-custody, hold your own crap. But I get why people and institutions and family offices, that kind of thing, may not want to do that kind of
well, if you think about it, like losing your password to logging into, I don't know, Gmail or whatever, there's a recovery method for that. But losing your seed phrase, if you're not careful in how you do that, your assets are gone. So I can understand why there would be some resistance and why you'd want to use somebody like Vanguard or BlackRock or whoever it is to be your pathway into picking up those assets. So it does make some sense, depending on how much you trust yourself.
Yeah, no,
in
facts.
those sort of situations, right? So it's not for everybody. Self-custody is definitely not for everybody. So
you're right.
Another way in.
Now, do you see this as being a I don't know what the right word is, but basically finding a way into having these custody solutions in these major institutions, like, for example, Bank of America? I mean, because I know they've been building, we've been reporting on it for years. They've been building their back ends to be able to do that kind of thing. I mean, do you see that as a ballooning kind of opportunity for these banks?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm not too sure what to think of that right now. When it comes to stables, that's a whole other thing. But the custody part, I don't really have an opinion on that.
Okay, fair enough.
What's your angle?
Well, I mean, I think that now when I think about it, I'm thinking outside of like the traditional family offices, that kind of thing. I'm talking like for the me and yous, the individuals who may have accounts at Bank of America, for example, using them. I can see, especially people my age, potentially saying, you know what, I don't want to deal with that newfangled stuff. Go ahead and hold it for me, because you're not going to steal my money. I have my my 401ks, my IRAs, all this other stuff with you. So why not my crypto?
Yep, yep, and
So
it's insured in some cases as well, right? So
yeah, see, now
that's kind of a
that
big
will
deal.
be the interesting part, Jar.
Right, right.
Will that ever be insured, kind of like a regular bank account is insured? That, on the other hand, I
Yeah.
think is a different debate.
So I think it's a natural progression for that to eventually get to the table of being insured, because this would be like any other asset. How they're going to do that and how they're going to prevent themselves from attack is a whole other thing.
Well, right,
They're
they're creating
susceptible
a
like pretty much
honeypot
anyone
by doing
else.
that.
Yeah. And then it also raises the question about quantum resistance and quantum resistant assets, uh, and how far along we really are from that, because that's a whole other animal that we can get into that we probably shouldn't. But that's something to definitely consider when you're talking about insuring an asset, right? Like
No,
crypto.
absolutely, absolutely. And trade intuition in the house.
Yes,
Bingos and
sir.
mangoes.
Joe was here.
Yes, appreciate you. Yeah, that you're right. That is a whole different attack vector right there that
Yeah.
needs to be considered. But I really do believe that eventually there's going to be some form of that, because I'm picking on people my age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can. But beside that, I mean, there may just be people who are not necessarily the most tech savvy, or it's one thing to be like, using your cell phone and you're playing with the whatever app or whatever the thing is, but it's a completely different issue when you're thinking about, like, thousands, hundreds of thousands or more
Yeah.
dollars worth of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So I can see where there's a potential for that.
Yeah.
Potential
Like,
risk.
if I don't have millions of dollars, but say I had millions of
You
dollars in a
don't.
crypto asset. No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I don't. I would be paranoid to a certain degree, and I may not trust myself with seed phrases to a certain degree. I mean, I might actually choose to have it in a place that would probably be a little bit more responsible in how they choose the path of security. So I think I like before I was strongly against it, but the more and more I think about it, I can actually see a very clear path as to why people would choose this method.
Well, you know what? You bring up a good point, Jar, because if you were to take into account people who do have that kind of money, right?
Right. Yep.
Who do have those kind of assets, maybe they do want to do a self-custody option, but they also want to back things up because just in case I'm a ding dong and I lose it. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. We got this backup.
Yeah, it's another way of diversifying, right? You keep some in your
Exactly.
self custody, and then you could also keep some with the bank, and then another bank, or maybe on an exchange somewhere. Forget that last one, but
Yeah, it's
I'm
like,
just saying. Yeah,
oh man. Well, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Well, the bottom line is, I think, Jar, right? I mean, I think you'll agree with me that it's a move in the right direction, even though I'm not necessarily personally a fan of the centralization of it. It's still a
yeah,
move in the right
yeah,
direction for the
yeah.
adoption of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it kind of ruins the spirit a little bit, but the adoption's key right now, and we are really still at the beginning of things. So there's a long ways to go, and there's also ways that we can actually divert from the current path.
Yeah, facts, facts. Well, we got all, excuse me, all kinds of information coming out of the U.S. government today,
Yeah,
and not the least of which is this guy and his group basically saying that they're done with the whole quantitative tightening thing. I mean, that's really not a surprise to me per se, because the economy sucks, so they're going to have to do. They're gonna have to
yeah,
do something.
yeah, yeah.
But thoughts about this from a Canadian perspective,
Yeah,
Jar?
well, I was just wondering how much Trump actually had to do with it, but this is definitely something that we're looking forward to seeing. One thing that was interesting on our side, that was announced by a couple of banks, is they were actually looking at raising interest rates, which was a little bit different. I thought there would
Really?
be more. Yeah, yeah. They were talking about Q1 or Q2 of next year raising interest rates. Now that wasn't only just by one or two banks, so I don't know if that'll actually pick up steam and actually be implemented. Really depends on what the Bank of Canada does, right? But quantitative tightening being ended in the U.S. will definitely impact us over here.
Sure.
I think it's positive, and I think it's about time. The economy is down the crapper right now.
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact. Oh my goodness, I was just about to say something, and boy, my old man brain just kicked in. It's gone. Didn't you have something you wanted to talk about with regard to this?
Let me
I
see if I
thought.
can pull it up.
And Jay Violet, I see you. Welcome.
Yeah, it was how much money was actually pumped into. Let me just
the repo market, right?
Yeah, the
right,
repo
right.
market. Let me pull up that tweet because this is a chart from Bar Charts. Put it up over here on the screen. I don't know if you can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's a little bit here.
Oh,
so
that's
this is
better.
As of 24 hours ago. The Fed Reserve have pumped in $13.5 billion into the U.S. banking system overnight through repos. This is the second largest liquidity injection since COVID. So that's a massive amount of money. And we know how much money was pumped in during COVID. So to be the second largest is speaking volumes about how much is actually going through right now.
Yep. No, I agree. They all point to signs that we have economic troubles ahead. Between their QT ending and the repo getting pumped up and basically trying to keep it from getting locked up
Yes.
and basically screwing the entire banking system. We're heading to a world of hurt, Jar.
It's sounding kind of biblical right now. The end of times are coming. If
It
you're
really
looking at
does,
it from
right?
a financial lens, yeah, it's pretty scary.
I don't know. It makes me wonder, man. It makes me wonder. And the irony is, I mean, we've got one more thing we're going to go over, which again, totally wrong direction if you ask me. But the irony is that all of this, there ain't nobody going to be stopping it. It's going to be a complete snowball. It's going to just like, even if you've got money, like, you're not like most of us paycheck to paycheck or whatever the case may be. Even if you've got a little bit of cushion, it's going to hurt.
Yep.
It's going to hurt.
BC Port Corp was actually talking about these bubbles as well the last time we had them on, and how they're all amalgamating over and over. And it's like the bubble of bubbles, and it just keeps expanding. And when is that pin going to come in and poke it? As I don't want to be anywhere in the splatter zone when that happens. But unfortunately,
I think
we're on the
yeah, the planet is in the splatter zone.
Yeah, you can't run away from this one. This one's impacting way too many sectors. So
oh man, I appreciate everybody being here and everybody kind of jumping on in here at this point. Welcome. Don't forget, smack up that like button, share this thing out. Appreciate everybody. Let me just pull that off the screen. I don't know, Jar. It makes me it really does. It kind of stresses me out a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Things are supposed to get better, right? Not worse. We are already down here. It's just we're digging a hole.
Yeah. Well, okay. In fairness, we're not the ones digging the hole.
No.
Just saying.
No.
Just saying.
No, you're right. We have maybe a portion of that blame though. To change the path, we have politicians and stuff that we can pressure. Sometimes it's easier not to say anything and just go with the pace, because you don't really. Oh, maybe some people just ignore it even though they know it's coming. But there's only so much I feel like we can do.
Well, I don't disagree with you there. And I think a lot of that has to be taken from an individual basis. Do the best you can to prep yourself for what is coming, not just education, but as much as you can do with. And again, wait, where's the link? Because old guy here. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy interwebs. But I mean. It only strikes me as prudent to try and be as proactive as possible with your family, your future, whatever. And I get it. Like, not everybody's in the same position to be able to do that at any degree. I mean, I have to believe that a lot of the people that watch us in this show and probably a lot of our channel's information, probably close to paycheck, if not paycheck to paycheck. So it's like, you got to do it in little increments and hopefully snowball your your buffer before everything kind of hits the fan. I don't
Yeah,
know. So
and it's
am I off base, Jar? I mean, what do
I
you
don't
think?
think so. I don't think so. And everyone I talk to, whether it's in reality in real life or online, they're painting a very similar picture, because sometimes when you're online, you're wondering if you're in an echo chamber, especially on Twitter.
Yes.
You don't everyone's speaking the same things. But when you go out and you, like, Thanksgiving just passed and everyone's talking to their family, so they can get different perspectives, and it really does feel like the tightening of the chain is there. Everyone's penny pinching. The cost of groceries is through the roof. It's
Oh,
insane. Every
hell
time we
to
go
the
to the grocery store, it's just like, what the hell?
Yep.
I remember talking about this with you about a year ago, saying that inflation's coming, and the grocery store and the prices of the meat and all your items is going to skyrocket. But I didn't really, I knew it was going to happen, but to the degree that it was going to happen, I didn't really see it. And now I'm living in it, and it's just like insane, and it just continues to grow. So I think we're all feeling the pinches. What I'm trying to get at right now.
Yeah. No, that's a
Regardless of your
fact.
position, you're going to see the changes.
Yep. I agree. I know we're not trying to be doom and gloom
Yeah, this
here,
is
guys,
not very positive, is it?
but I mean, I guess you got to have the realistic point of view. Excuse me, on
Yeah,
things.
absolutely.
You know, you just do. Let you know. We talked about, or you just mentioned the holidays and stuff like that. Are
Mhm.
you considering gifts like gold backs, gold, silver, crypto? Is that even on the gift list this year?
So yeah, so gold, like the gold backs, I really love the gold backs option. Access to it here seems to be a little bit difficult, because when we had Daniel on, he had gave me some options of picking it up, but it seems like most of the path was to the United States, and by the time you tack on shipping and transport and security fees and everything else, it was almost the equivalent of what I was trying to purchase. So I held off on that. One
Okay.
of the things I was interested in doing, at least for my kids and some of my nieces and nephews that are kind of interested in this, is giving out crypto gifts, and I think I'd be doing that this year. The gold backs is something that I wanted to do. It's a nice gift too, just by looking at it,
Oh,
like,
heck
on
to
its
the
own,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
holding a gold back dollar is kind of cool. Um, I gotta say that some of my nieces and nephews, they're so down in the gutter. They're not even interested in financial education and the finance system. It's just they seem so defeated, right? I don't know if this is the case amongst a lot of youth, but I'm seeing it more and more.
Yep.
It's just like they don't see the point to it anymore. It's just like we're already lost. We're not getting anywhere.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah,
And Chris,
yeah. Thank you,
100%,
Chris.
Chris.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Chris. It
100%.
does.
And you're not alone, Jar. My
Mm,
grandkids, to try and get them interested. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, they want to work, they want to get some money, maybe like the older ones, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But like to wrap their head around what's going on with it, the government make it so convoluted on purpose. I mean, that's why
Hmm.
I avoided it for the longest time, right? I didn't
Right.
want to wrap my head around this. You know what I mean? What the
Yeah.
hell is this? Makes my
Yeah.
head hurt. And
Yeah.
so I can get where they're coming from. So yeah. Oh man.
Like, I'm
You're
gonna
not
bring in
alone, is
other
my point.
factors. I don't. I want to bring in other factors, but it's sounding pretty doom and gloom. But
Yep.
the other struggle, of course, if you want to buy something, you need to earn something, and the job market is completely being obliterated right now. We have an
Yep.
immigration problem. We have a whole bunch of problems right now, and the youth that are trying to get out of school and get their first job, it just seems like an uphill battle. Forget about owning a house, just
I was
getting an
just about to
income.
say exactly.
Yeah, just get an income, pay off their debt, whatever they've already incurred just for going to school, and getting to the next phase seems like such a massive hurdle on its own. And I feel for them. I feel somewhat lucky that the bar wasn't so high when I exited school. I mean, like, I graduated with debt, but it was at least somewhat manageable, and I could see the end of the road. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. And they, that's a whole nother part. Chris is putting some
yeah,
conspiracy theories here, but I mean, listen, to me, that's I'm sorry, they want you saddled with debt when you get out of college. They just do. And I'm going to bring up all Chris's messages here just to kind of give everybody the full conspiracy theory, as it were. And then he says he'll stop with the conspiracy theories. It's all right, Chris. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, it's all by design. I really, I did. Jar, you know what? I didn't believe that for the longest time.
Well, maybe it's because we don't
it.
want to believe that too. At the same time, you think that there's people coming from a good place, but the system is so stacked up.
Yep. Well, I mean, if we're gonna wrap, let's wrap this thing around to the last piece of crappy news. What do you think?
Let's go for it.
All right. This brings us back to Canada. When I read this, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Jar, if you are familiar with this, by all means, feel free to speak to this because, again, you probably have gotten more exposure to this than what I've gotten online, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so I know a little bit about it. I haven't done a ton of research on it. Universal basic income is something that they're trying to implement right now. The criteria is fairly slim right now. So the exposure for the people that would actually qualify this is low-income families, typically low-income families because they have kids and everything else that's in here. And it's this basically set the barrier to manage your living standards at a certain amount of dollars per month. And I don't remember the exact amount that they were talking about, but it was a couple $1,000s on top of what you already made. So it brings you up to a livable standard where you can afford your groceries. You can pay your rent, you can pay your utility bills, but it was meant to just manage the house. And it doesn't seem like it's anything more than that. But this seems like it's entry level and it's gone through a few revisions. I don't know if it's going to change and if that exposure will actually grow. But with AI, robotics, and everything else that it's entering into the marketplace and the workforce, this is going to happen more and more. And it's just going to get bigger. I just don't think we can afford to do this now. I don't think we can afford to do
the nail on the head. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And XRP Free World, I see you. Appreciate you being here. And well, you know what? I never claimed to know everything. That's for certain. Yes, it's programmable. Exactly. And this is their way of backdooring, or well, okay, let me rephrase. This is one of the ways for them backdooring a CBDC, in right. My otherwise humble opinion, because we know I'm humble. But anyway,
I wasn't going to say that, but it definitely seems like a very clear path, an entryway, and you're trying to help the people, right? Like this is why you're introducing it.
Well, at least that's their claim to fame.
Yeah, that's always the government's never really trying to help us. I've been around the block a few times to really understand that now. There's usually ulterior motives, but
how sad is that you got to believe that in order to like function in society today? That just it's like so contrary to like how I was raised as a kid. You know what I mean? So just
it's almost probably a 180 from your childhood to right now.
Oh, right? Good God, yes. Good God, yes. There and what's this? What did he say? They're not helping anyone, but themselves. Yeah, exactly. Gear, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And think about this. It's kind of like the argument for raising the minimum wage. They're constantly, it needs to be a minimum living wage. Okay, first off, minimum wage wasn't meant to be a living wage, but let's not get me going on that topic. Second off, it's like you raise the minimum wage and what happens? Everything else goes up. Yeah. Look at California. They raised the minimum wage for people who work at Burger King and McDonald's to $20 an hour. Now you're paying $10 for a freaking Big Mac.
Yep.
Just the Big Mac. Come on. It's like, are you kidding? Or they're like completely automating everything. And your AI story that you mentioned just a few seconds ago is coming true in real time.
Right. right? And we're seeing that progress quickly, right? That's not taking its time at all. If anything, it's just accelerating with time. So
Yep.
there's a lot of people talking about it happening in the next 5 years. It could happen a lot sooner than that. At least we're on track for that to happen, as long as it's being implemented. And I'm going to just bring this in because I work in the telecom industry here in Canada, and the layoffs that are happening right now is tremendous. And I'm not just talking about one, I'm talking about all of them. And the disgusting part about this is they have their current employees training the AI tool
Yes.
to replace their jobs.
Yep.
And the first time I heard about it, I thought it was okay, maybe this is a one-off scenario. But no, this is with all this is with all companies right now in the telecom sector. They're training the AI and then they're laying off the employees that did the work. And yeah, it's getting pretty brutal. And I don't know if
Yep.
this is happening in the United States, but I can definitely say it's happening over here with all the telcos.
Well, I'm sure in sections of the United States, and there's BC in the house. Appreciate you being here, man. And he's talking about the data centers in Canada, all of NVIDIA's AI chipsets completely integrated. Okay. I can't speak to that. I'm
not too sure about that either.
About that. And he's saying 12 to 24 months. And you know what? I agree that things are going to be like accelerating. No argument about that.
Yeah.
No argument about that.
Yeah, it's starting to get scary here. And a lot of the things are replicating from what's happening. We're a Commonwealth country, so it looks like all the Commonwealth countries are having a very similar effect of what's happening over in the UK, and that tightening of the rope just keeps to getting stronger and stronger.
Yep. Well, now that we've depressed everybody here on the show,
oh geez, we really did do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did. That wasn't our intention, honestly.
No, I was trying to be chipper about money coming into the market.
Yeah.
It started that way, and then
it started, yeah, and then went and it went down fast, down in flames, baby. Yep. I unfortunately, Jar, I think we're going to be having much more of these conversations as we move forward, not just on this show, but on other shows. And BC saying Upstart is investing in AI to replace the people to help get work. Yeah, so there you go. And listen, I use AI every day.
Yeah,
AI has been a game changer with regard to me being able to leverage my time and my energy to help to maintain what I'm doing online. Upwork, not Upstart. Yeah, I got you, BC. So I don't know. It's good, it's bad, but it's going to be ugly. And to that point right there, Joe's got it. The truth is sometimes ugly. Yep.
Joe knows.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's something that's a really good point that we should probably do a little more research into this, because this is going to be a topic that's not going anywhere. If anything, it's just going to penetrate and get deeper. So
no, agreed. And to that end, just so everybody knows, we're still waiting to hear back from like Yeti with regard to the quantum computing end of things. I know that's not necessarily completely tied in with the AI, but I do see the correlations there, and hopefully he'll get back to us. There's still lots of news. Want to talk, upbeat, I guess. There's lots of news still coming out of Dynex. With regard to the whole quantum computing thing.
Have you been following it? I haven't actually been following it too closely.
I don't have it prepared because that wasn't on the agenda to talk about tonight. But they just got featured in some computing magazine, even like their new chip. Just got featured, that kind of stuff. So lots of stuff. I actually shared that on X. So it's there if you're following me on X or watching on my X right now. Just scroll down a little bit and you should see it there. Lots of stuff still coming out. Excuse me, with them. Let's see. What's Gear saying? I use AI every day. Most recently, I used it to help me find out why my freezer was leaking. Yep.
It's super
Uh,
useful. Yeah, there's so
it,
many
it absolutely.
applications.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's that? I was able to circle the issue, told me the common problems. Yeah. Listen, today, I use the AI every day, right? I was having some issues because for those of you who know already, which is why I'm glitching a little bit here, I'm on a backup computer system. So my computer basically just shit the bed. So I had to reload stuff like my video editing software, stuff like that. So I lost all of my assets for that. So I have to rebuild them. And I was asking the computer to help the AI to help me rebuild them. And I'll tell you what, the AI was too busy apologizing to me for how it kept screwing it up instead of helping me with it. I ended up doing it myself. So the AI ain't perfect, but there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Needs a little bit more training.
Yep. And there you go. That's hopeful, Joe. I'm with you. Let's hope, man. It definitely gives us the tools to be outside of it, as does stuff like goldbacks and the orums and stuff like that. Absolutely. And yeah, you're 1,000% BC. AI cannot be halted unless it's done globally at the same time with mutual agreements. It's an arms race. Yeah, you are 1,000% right. 1,000% right. And unfortunately, there's no monetary incentive to do that, BC. So it ain't happening, sadly. Okay, we went from a little positive right back down there.
That's just going to be the trend. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. No, Jar, you know what?
Yep.
Switch us around, brother. What do you got going on in your neck of the woods? You must have some good node stuff going on.
Okay. Well, it's interesting because I've reformatted a bunch of the PCs I have behind you. I have a bunch of little mini small form factor PCs, and I'm firing up some new node projects with no entry. There's no barrier to entry. So it's a installation. Nice. You can get it off GitHub. You can run them. And I'm testing a few out right now. I'm just trying to see if there's potential for growth in any of these projects. And I might be making some videos on them. But tomorrow at 12:30, I'm doing a live stream. And I'm doing a live stream on Solana. And I received a box. It's somewhere over here. It's the Solana plate. It's finally here. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to talk all things about the project, do a quick update on my Seeker phone as I check the status of my wallet. It's not updating at all. If anybody's interested in that, I have no idea why it's not updating at all, but I'm trying to fill these rings out. And I'm going to be talking about problems and ways to get around the problems with your Seeker phone. So that's what we're going to be doing on the live stream tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're interested in joining. Yeah, so that's what I got going on. What about you? How's things going over there with CCM?
Solana to zero. I love it. And I don't disagree.
It's close right now, but it's not zero.
I don't disagree. Well, you know what, Jar, and I thought you got back into their Discord. Are they not answering some of the questions or what?
Yeah, no. I am back in their Discord. Shout out to I forget his name now. Anyways, I'm gonna give him a shout out during the live stream. He spoke with the team, and I'm all of a sudden loud back in there. I'm gonna be driving a lot of questions through their Discord, and just sort of figure out how the mechanism works in detail, because in the white paper, or sorry, in the documentation that they've put on their website, it's lacking detail. And so if you're going to do an airdrop, first of all, they never said that there's going to be an airdrop, but they've hinted at it. Any type of token or token release has tokenomics connected to it. None of the information has been released. So there really is nothing for you to measure yourself and figure out what's required in terms of parameters to hit these goals. So that's what I'm going to be diving into a bit and try to figure it out. Sorry,
like
word salad. It's just coming out right now.
Cluster, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
It's pretty frustrating.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get through it though. The live stream's going to be like this. It's just going to be me blabbering with frustration, and then hopefully we get somewhere. Yeah.
Well, to get back to your question about what I got going on, I the way things are going tomorrow, it doesn't look like I'm going to end up being live tomorrow at 11 a.m. It looks again, my live stream schedule is definitely taking a hit right now, and it probably will for the remainder of the month of December, because I'm slowly, excuse me, trying to transition over to the what's going to be the new schedule come January, beginning of January. So I've actually just finished editing the very first premiere in that series, Crypto Mindset Minutes. It's about sound money, ironically, something we probably could have used some information on today as we're discussing some of this stuff. So watch for that. That's going to be coming on in January, and then we're going to keep going from there. So right now, not tomorrow, but it looks like I definitely will be still back for Crypto on the Rocks Friday night. As always, I'm going to try and drop a few videos in between there as well.
Have you announced your new schedule and the way you're going to be proceeding?
Basically, not officially, I guess. I've been mentioning it on live streams and so on. Basically, my Monday, Wednesday, 11 a.m. live streams are going to turn into Monday and Wednesday, 11 a.m. premieres. Okay. So I'll be live in the chat, obviously, but it'll be a premiere video on a specific topic.
Yeah. Okay. That's sounds pretty clean. Easier to manage, that's for sure, from my perspective. Yeah.
Well, excuse me. Yes, manage versus a live stream. But I've got to further automate this recording process, boy. Whew. It's you know how difficult it is to edit a video. It's time consuming. So
very time consuming.
Yeah, but that's okay. Once I streamline the process, I think I'll be okay and be able to maintain it well. So at least that's my plan. The basic outline for this is basically I'm taking my goal is to be all the videos to be between like 15 and 30 minutes in length. Basically, I'm taking a topic, throwing it out there, no hype. So basically, like for example, this first one is what is sound money. And then, so, you know, maybe the first 10 minutes is dedicated to that. And then the next 10 minutes is my take. So like, you know, Lord knows for anybody who follows me, I can be an opinionated guy, you know, so
really?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe. I understand. But yeah, I'm going to share some of those opinions in that section. So maybe about 8-10 minutes of that. And then the last section is what I'm calling your move. So what can you do to either, you know, fix this, learn more about this, whatever it is? My plan is to try to provide resources and thought-provoking questions to hopefully motivate the viewer to go and take the next step. That's the plan.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, that's what I got.
That's all okay. All right, wasn't sure if they had another section coming in.
Okay. That's it. I got nothing.
All right. At least we're laughing a little bit, right? We can finish.
Yeah,
off
exactly. And man, we appreciate everybody that's been in the chat and keeping the chat lively and sharing all the information and sharing this thing out, man. Appreciate all of you. Yeah. So we got. I think that's it, Jar. I don't know. What do you think?
That's it for me. I think that's a good time. Let's sign off here on a happy note.
Yes, facts. All right, then we're out,
Thanks
guys.
everyone for joining.
Yeah, we'll see you next Tuesday. You know the drill, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We will be here. Have a good rest of your week, guys.
Cheers. Good night.